Hey, it's Christina, and we are at our first break, and oh my goodness, it is like so muggy out here in Florida. Anyway, I have my notes. I only have a couple minutes, but I wanted to share this because, I don't know, I feel like it's just going to be way too overwhelming at the end of the day to go through all this. But the first thing that really rang true for me is that entrepreneurs take responsibility for problems that are not theirs. And it's so true. As an entrepreneur, we're looking at these problems and we're like, okay, how can we fix this? And so we are taking on those problems that really aren't ours to take on for everyone. And when we solve problems, we get rewarded. And the bigger the problems we solve, the more reward we get. So, it's kind of like when you're farming and you start with this raw land, and you know, we have this problem here, and we have to learn how to do the tilling. We have to learn what soil conditions are. We have to learn what seeds to plant, what trees, and then we have to protect the soil, and we have to grow the soil, and we have to really nurture the soil. It's all about the soil. And then when we take focus of that, then the plants, the crops will come up, and they will grow faster because we have cared for the soil. And the soil, aka, is this mind. Like, the biggest problem we have is getting outside of our own mindset. And I know that sounds like really woo-woo stuff, but it's not. Like, the furthest distance to travel is from here to here, the heart, right? So we have to believe it before we can actually like do it. And let's see here. And then of course, when you are farming and you're getting the soil right and you're planting and you're seeing some buds pop up, then you get these grasses and you get these weeds and these thistles, and you have to go and you have to like intentionally pull them out. You have to make sure that you're getting all of that nasty stuff, because it will just choke out the wonderful things that you're growing. And those thistles and those weeds, those are those limiting beliefs. It's the media. It's people that are not positive in your life. Yeah, that's what those are. And let's see, knowing that I can do this. Like, if one man can do it, another man can do it. If someone else can do it, Roger Bannister ran the 4-minute mile, and before him no one else thought. And then, what did I say, like 46 days later someone else broke that, because they now had a belief that it was possible. All you have to have is a belief that it's possible, and that's enough to say, if they can do it, I can do it. Let's see here. Also, we win this, we are successful by doing 1 rep at a time. And I know my mentor has also said that it's all about, I lost my train of thought. We have all these people walking. 1 rep at a time. So you don't have to win this, or you're not gonna win this exponentially by being so much better than someone else. It's just in the millimeters. It's in the, just in the tiny stuff. So I just have to be just a little bit better, a little bit faster, a little bit more efficient. Like, it doesn't have to be these huge amounts of scales of betterness. If that's even a thing. Okay. Also, it is impossible to succeed by yourself. You truly need to have a community. You need to have a mentor. You need to have people, a tribe, a family that you can bounce things off of, that you can ask for that hand to reach down and pull you through those hard times. You need to find someone that is several steps ahead. So when you have a problem, they're like, hey, no worries, like, that's no sweat. I do that all day long. Like, I've run into that problem 1,000 times. And you're like, because to us, that problem is like enormous. And they told a story about this little boy, and every day from school, every day coming home from school, he would run and from this dog who was chasing him, this ferocious dog. It was constantly barking, and then finally he just got so sick and tired of running that he's like, okay, tomorrow I'm just gonna pick up a rock and I'm just gonna throw it at this dog. And so finally that day came, and that dog, of course, started chasing him, barking after him, and he turns around and he gets like this close to the dog and he realizes the dog has no teeth. He's been running from this dog that has no teeth, that has no ability to bite him. And that is what we are all afraid of, these dogs with no teeth. And that keeps us from succeeding, from pursuing the things we want, because we're so afraid. But if we would just get up to it, we would notice there's no teeth. It's a good one, isn't it? Okay, so are you willing to do the hard stuff? Are you willing to do what no one else is willing to do to get what no one else has? And when I say no one else, I'm talking about the 99%. Truly, you do have to be different. It takes a different mindset. It takes different action, because if you do what everyone does, you're gonna get what everyone has. And we already know what that is. That is a job, working 9 to 5 for the man, no time freedom. You gotta ask to take breaks. And then you end up spending your whole life and your time, which is non-refundable, doing something that you hate. And for me, not interested in that. And I know you aren't either, because you're on this channel and you're on this journey as well. The harvest is coming. No matter what, the harvest is coming. And it's either going to be reaped by you or it's going to be reaped by someone else. And especially with COVID and the pig moving through the python, someone else is going to take this opportunity if you don't. That's just the bottom line. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, so I have some quotes here. Oh, Anthony Hopkins said, "What one man can do, another man can do." And I've already explained that. And the other one is decisions determine destiny. Thomas A. Munson. So when you believe it, that's when you can. You have to make the decision first, and then your actions follow through with that decision. You can't just trick your mind. You truly have to believe it, and then those actions will proceed. But the bottom line is most people give up on their dream. They hit a hurdle, they hit a hardship, and they just give up. They're like, I don't have what it takes, or this outside external force is the reason why. And they just point this way, I can't because of, and then they let themselves off the hook and they just continue on with the average. And those that aren't average hit a hurdle, they fail. They get frustrated, they want to quit mentally, they're like, this is ridiculous, but then they say, nah, I'm not quitting. I'm gonna see this through, I'm gonna put more time in, I'm gonna invest in more resources, I'm going to find someone that can help me and do a better job, I'm going to whatever. They just keep kind of anteing up. Those are the ones that are gonna make it through. And to leave you with this, we do not have a belief problem. I'm sorry, I even messed that up. We have a belief problem, we don't have a resources problem. So, and it's so true. But our belief says, I don't have this resource, I don't have that resource, I don't have enough time, I got 8 kids, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough experience, I don't have enough certainty, all of these things. So that's what I have so far. Kind of a fire hose at you. Sorry, I had to read all this stuff. I gotta go back because the ladies' bathroom line was like a mile long. You know how this goes. And so anyway, I gotta make a pit stop before our next session, and I will continue to update you. See ya.